The Jimbo Fisher Call-In Show continues on a Wednesday night. Welcome back to our show. Those of you watching on ABC 27, listening up and down the IMG Seminole Sports Network, we're having a blast talking about Florida State's next game, which is always the biggest game on the schedule. It's FSU Notre Dame, battle of top 5 unbeaten teams. It is Saturday night on national television. Game day is here in the Blimp, and that's the 4th time I mentioned the Blimp. Welcome back to the show. We had callers from Jacksonville, Tampa, number from here in Tallahassee, one from Beachton. You could be next, 1-877-99-Knowles. But first, we've got somebody contacted, hashtag Jimbo, and it's J-904. And, Coach, here we go. Here's the question. Tweeted tonight, playing a team like Notre Dame in our house, how hard is it on game day to keep focused and wait for game time? How does game day work, particularly on a big ball game like this, Coach?
As far as, does he mean game day, like the college group that's here, or our whole day?
The team. I think they're talking about the team.
Well,
what do we do on game day?
We're so used to playing at night now. Yeah. Most of our games are at night, especially the critical games, as far as people, the big TV games. So you have a routine in the morning. We get up and have breakfast, do our team walk, and have our meetings in the morning. In the middle of the day, we'll kind of let them rest, and then we'll do our team chapel and our pregame meals and other meetings that go on during the day to kind of revitalize those guys. But we have our whole routine, depending on what time the game is, what time we do things, how we do things, and to keep them busy the whole way. We've kind of got that down pat.
All right, J-904.
But yes, it is tough to wait.
It's structured. It's structured. It's structured. I mean, the guys don't go fishing and go roaming around. And
we're all sequestered in the hotel once.
You're getting ready for football.
Yes.
Okay, J-. There is your answer. Now back to the telephones we go, and Karen is from Tallahassee. Go ahead, Karen. You're on the air with Jimbo.
Hi, Coach. Hi, Gene.
Hey,
I've got 2 quick questions. Several years ago, when the width of the goalpost changed, Florida State kept the 2 poles, where most universities seem to have the center pole. Is there a reason or a difference? And my second question is, what's the difference in a 30-second timeout and a regular one, and when they're called and who calls them?
On the timeout thing, TV dictates everything. This isn't about us. I promise you that. It's not I don't get to tap it like they do at 20-second timeout in basketball and pro ball. They tap on it. We don't get that. Like they dictate about what commercial. And then if we're in a commercial and they say, well, we want 1 more minute. So sometimes you have to stand there. So TV dictates all that. The goalpost, I think, was just an old school thing that went on. And it's actually the second place I've been that does that. LSU does that also.
Really?
And the double goalposts and where it's at. And I think it's kind of neat. I think it's old school. I think it's kind of, again, I like the history and traditions of the game, and I kind of like it. So, both, it's been good for us. I know it's been good for Roberto.
And Coach, I did not.
I guess that was just Florida State's choice, I guess, to do that.
I did not realize that LSU had the similar goalposts.
Yes, exactly.
But they are called Pete's posts. And for a long time, we had the single pole, but about 6 years ago, decided to make it a part of the tradition of Florida State, and it's in honor of Bill Peterson. They're called Pete's Post because that's what it was. And ironically, you mentioned LSU. Pete came to Tallahassee from LSU.
I didn't realize that. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, it means a lot, but I like it. I think it's neat. I like it.
Pete's Post. Karen, thanks for your question and your comment about it. I think they look great. I really do. And you're right. Roberto likes those goalposts, huh? He's made 78 in a row, no matter what they look like. I know that. Anyway, Karen, thanks. Okay. John from Tallahassee, you're our next caller. Go ahead, John. Yeah, John, you got a little delay there. You're on the air. Go ahead. And a little echo. That was us talking. If you could tell, that was me talking 7 seconds later. And I could be a ventriloquist. I was not moving my lips. Don from, if you're listening, hey, John, call us back, but turn your radio down when you're on the phone because you will not hear us because this program is all call-in shows are delayed about 7 seconds. From Tallahassee, Don is our next caller. Go ahead, Don, you're on the air. Well,
hello?
Don, you're on the air. Boy, we're really having fun now. Don and John. Is Ron on the air? No, Bonnie from Tallahassee. Bonnie, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, 2 things. Number one, are they going to have the new uniforms for Saturday? And number 2, just as information for those people who are going to Louisville for the game, it's a 10-hour drive if you go up through Dothan. I do it 4 or 5 times a year. But the one thing people need to know is they're building a new bridge. So if you have to go through town or go downtown, it's going to take you an inordinate amount of time. A 30-minute drive takes about an hour and a half now. And they're working on Saturdays. So
Good.
stay on the south side of town and going to the game, you won't have to worry about it. But if you stay on the north side over in Indiana, you're going to have to make allowances for that time.
All right. The things you can't learn on Google, I'll tell you that. You learn right here on the Jimbo Fisher Call Show. Bonnie, hold on to the phone now. You had a question about the new uniforms. We appreciate the geography and the. Every time I've been to Louisville, they got construction on a bridge. I'm sorry, it always have.
There's a river.
New uniforms. Bonnie wanted to know.
No, we'll have the ones we wear at home all the time.
Yeah. The home uniforms and the next away game.
The numbers will change. Yeah. The numbers will be. Back to the normal color where you can see them.
Okay, Bonnie, thanks for your call. And John and let's see, it was John and Don. Don, if you'll call back, we'll get you on the air. Now, Bonnie was not listening on the radio that's delayed. She was on the phone. Henry is from Chattahoochee. Go ahead, Henry. You're on the air with Jimbo.
Yes, sir. Mr. Fisher. Coach
Yes, sir.
Fisher?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I want to thank you for coming to our school. You're doing an excellent job.
Thank you.
You are a leader of men. It takes a lot for a man to raise these young men to be men. I want to say thank you, sir. FLORIDASTATE. Tell our boys to play like a family this Saturday. Let's go, Nose.
I hear you. Henry, thank
you very much.
Thanks for the call. And,
he is right about that.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Henry, calling. Bonnie just checked in about the uniforms, and we just had the fight song, FLORIDI. Everybody in this room knows. Henry, thank you very much for helping us with a fight song here tonight on the Jimbo Fisher Call-In Show. That brings us to a reminder from Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Designate a driver. The Jimbo Fisher Call-In Show presented by Napleton Infinity, live from the 4 Points by Sheridan, will continue after these messages.